different kind of morning, one in which we woke up with an itch to go explore. We took the van and drove to Sandy Point, then booked it when we saw we couldn't swim. Made our way up to Rehoboth, walked the boardwalk, squished the sand around our toes, grabbed a slice of that thin pizza you adore, and watched the seagulls in the sun dance in the sky. Don't you wish that we could go back in time, start all over? Hey, rewind. Don't you wish that we could go back in time, start all.
I am live now as well. Oh, there I am.
Point 10.
Right, I got.
Sorry.
Trying to. I've got the NVIDIA broadcasting, so I'm a bit flickery, but it means that you can see a bit more around my head this time.
You're not allowed to flicker. How dare you?
But yeah, I'm joined by Fritza. I know she. I'm basically already on her stream, but I'm not a professional streamer. Not like, do you think where they separate the audio and like you can just like mute it and while the other person.
No, mate.
I can't be bothered to do that.
That's too much effort. Like, no.
But we're playing today. I've got the green screen screaming, and so woo, you can see me. I'm a tiny bit low frame rate, but that's the only thing I can do. But we are going to be doing some dungeons today. So.
I was wondering what Mum was talking about. She said, "Does that teasel stick to passing animals?" And I was like, "Teasel?" And I realised I think she's talking about the Morble seedling. Looks like one of those sticky things that get caught in like Tallulah's fur.
Oh yeah.
Is that how it's spelt? Teasel? I know teasel is like the sort of like a what's it called? I can't remember the fucking name. Anyway, duty finder. It's at the Black Strap. It is over here.
Yeah, we're playing Final Fantasy, which we've not played in months, just because I got bored of it, and I couldn't pay for the subscription.
Duty finder. What? You. Okay, right. So I needed to do Thorn March. Thorn March. Realm Reborn. It's one of the hard ones. What's the name of it? The Bramble Patch. Do I have to? I gather I have to just go there in person. Fine. Right. To there we go.
Alright. Itchy ear.
Yeah, spiky point. Thistle. Thistle was the other thing I was thinking of. You hear?
This'll do it.
Get out.
You don't realise how many. I'll have to show you a link for the Easter eggs for this game. Right, there's a whole entire page that lists all the pun quest names for this game. There's hundreds of just pun names.
There's a bunch.
I've apparently got 3 quests in this area. I can not quests, achievements I can do.
We shall do them after this, yeah?
By the way, you can get on my mount, by the way, because I can fly.
That's fine. I like using Samfire.
Hard
I worked
one.
hard for him. Yeah, Thorn March hard. Oh yeah, only party leader may register. Blah blah blah. We're just waiting on people to join. La 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 la. And I've still got a few hunting, like things to hunt in the duties. So
this game looks beautiful with detailed characters. Unfortunately, there's way too much complicated bits around the screen. There we go.
It never used to be my kind of thing to play MMOs much, but something about the way this game looks and all of the characters is pretty.
What I have to say though is, this is usually a lot more complicated looking. I've made it so my brain can follow it. This music basically is Nightmare Before Christmas music, in a way.
That's absolutely fine with me. I like Moogle with the witch hat. I don't want to fight the Moogles.
They're bad Moogles, these ones are.
But I don't want to fight the Moogles. I hate fighting Moogles.
I cannot remember how this fight goes, so...
I just attack from afar and watch out for people needing healing. Secure...
I'll fight 1-1.
Pukla Pookie the Plum.
Basically, just attack while they attack. Remember, you have to attack specific enemies in this.
Well, they seem to be appearing one at a time, so that's helping.
You can actually make it less complicated as well. Like a lot of people use controller. A lot of people prefer like the controls. I can navigate. I never got used to it, so I was like, I just kept with the layout like this.
I haven't needed to heal anyone yet, so that's pretty good. Which means I can just attack without worrying about it.
Yeah, the thing with this game is, on the older stuff now, your character sort of manages to push past the cap you're on, so you actually do more damage than you used to be able to years ago. You can sort of easily get past a lot of these fights nowadays.
It also helps that we've got a lot of people.
Yeah.
Bing bong. Bing bong, bring it on. Are they done? What's happening? Are they forming together? Uh-oh. I have a feeling this is gonna end with a giant Moogle. Oh god, it's gonna end with a giant Moogle. Ow.
Memento Mori, I mean Moogle.
Oh, the boy's gonna be playing later. I don't know if James is, because he said that tomorrow is a work day. And Dean said he'll see what he can do. So I don't know. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, no. Someone's gonna need to heal everyone or heal me and help me heal everyone. People heal.
Really?
Heal up so I can heal.
Are you playing? Are you attacking a giant golden iPad? I mean, sure. Dun, 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 dun.
Are we having to start again?
Yep.
Who's next?
Dun, 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 dun. Right, move on, Kuho.
Ruffletuff.
My very foot, I think we're supposed to be attacking.
There's like a whole bunch of them.
Apologies for those watching that I'm like cringing at my attacking, but they've completely changed some, and I'm trying to get used to it again. So I'm not 100% good.
If I
as
look
I used
like
to be.
I'm doing terribly, it's because I am. But the simple fact is, I don't care. I was not made for this kind of thing. Aki Western.
You die. There you go. I guess basically we want to kill the mages first because they can heal the others.
Yeah, I was trying to kill the other one.
Nobody's marked the next one. Right.
Heal, damn it! Oh my god, fucking hell. I'm trying to keep people healed. So everyone's everywhere.
Just wasted our body limit break.
Oh god. It's legit like Nightmare Before Christmas music. Danny Elfman, did you do the music for this? I obviously wouldn't be surprised.
There we go.
I have committed regicide. Oh,
Ooh,
sorry
Mogblade.
guys, we're gonna have to leave. Morbid Mogblade.
Need on the coffer as well because you can get a special Moogle weapon. So for you get a Moogle staff now.
Loot. I can't. The Mogblade I can't.
Yeah,
use
you can have to
anyway.
greed on. Yeah, you have to greed. You can sell it. So you greed on it, I'd say.
Yeah,
What
but
you can say.
I can only keep 300,000, and I'm at 297,000. There's literally no point.
Oh, you got the coffer.
damn straight again. I just said that to your dad. It sounds like this is Halloween. Yeah. It's very, Nightmare
Right.
Before Christmas.
Sit there for a second. Hold on. Oh, I have
I
to
mean,
wait.
I've
Yeah, I was
seen
gonna
it
say
anyway,
I'll wait. I noticed.
You said you've got something in this area, so you can go off
Oh
in
no,
the
I've got
area.
I've got achievements like so they can be done anytime.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not quests. I said quests, but I meant achievements.
You lied to me.
A lot of it is done. It's down to like I need to do fates. One day, I've always said this to myself. One day I just want to spend like from a good 24 hours just playing this game, going through every single little thing, just unlock every little bit. Just
Well,
because.
I gotta go to this place.
Oh, I was going to show you them. Okay.
Oh, wait. Oh, I've already fucking teleported. Well, never mind.
There you go.
What?
So if you get this mount.
Yeah, I know. You can see it. We did this before.
No, but the music.
Oh.
It's the-
It just sounds really sinister.
yeah, they
For
say
what
on one
this
of the bits
is.
they say off the head.
Set me down. Just put me down. Put me down. I need to go to Raya.
Press Z.
Leave me alone.
This mount cost me £20. It was worth it though. It's a cool mount. It was years ago. Back when I had money to fucking spend, which is not the case these days. Nah, boy, when me and a friend who's no longer a friend played. So I've now got this, just myself or you, if you decide you wanted to join. It does this as well. Yeah.
Okay. Goodbye.
Where have you gone to?
Did you not get the
No.
teleport thing?
Oh, I did, but it was in the side. For some reason, it didn't pop up. What did you get in your coffee then? Coffee? Coffer?
I haven't actually checked yet. I need to go to the Conjurer's Guild first. One second.
I have a few days off, Dino, but I'm not going to do a whole 24 hours on this game.
I mean, I bet you could.
I could, but then I'll be wasting a day off with playing a game for 24 hours.
Just a super chill 24-hour stream. Just.
I mean,
Still dead.
if I did, I'd have to have snacks. I've got no snacks, and I can't afford to get snacks, so I'd literally have to drink Sneak all day. Do you dare me to tomorrow? Like, not go to bed tonight and just play? God, I'll burn myself
You would have
out.
to go-
Nah, I'll just have to do it quietly.
No, you'd have to.
This
go
is
to
Final
bed.
Fantasy
ASMR
14 stream. Yeah, I have to talk like this
Yeah.
close to the microphone.
Oh wait, no, is that thingy?
I would happily do it, but I think I'd need to prepare. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd do it for charity or something, or like saving up to get the expansion for Final Fantasy. Do a subathon, but then I'd need people to actually come in and sub. Do one of the things where people do, like, people do like subathon, add an extra 10 minutes on per sub,
Yeah.
and then you get
Oh my
like
God.
then you get people joining, like 1,000 people suddenly join, and you're like, oh, calling sick to work. It's like, I can't come in. Kind
Sorry.
of, I'm on a subathon. I'll just call and say I'm sick. I'm
dying.
sick with subathon. What am I doing? I'm just running around in circles, chatting.
I don't know.
Where am I going?
I'm currently at fuck. I
Lab
forgot the name
workers,
of the place.
lancers, conjurers,
No, the
botanists, muketos, amphitheater.
Waking Sands.
Oh, you've gone away over there.
Yeah, it wanted me to go speak to the lady
And
at
you
the desk.
didn't even tell me.
You were too busy chatting, so shut up.
Wow. I think, to be honest, for 24 hours, depending on what fucking hours I get to work, because I only know I'm doing Wednesdays at the moment. I could easily, after I get my rota through, I could go, okay, I'll do these days next week or something. But for the moment, all I know is I'm just doing Wednesday. And even then, I'm only doing a 4-hour shift on Wednesday.
Cutscene.
Which means I'm doing a 4-hour shift. Come on, brain, math. So that means I'll be doing 4 hours and two 6 hours then, as default. Which is fine. I don't mind. It lets me wind down after Christmas. Because Christmas is still, like, in my brain. Like...
Christmas is in his brain.
It's an essential area of many identified characters. Thank you, Dino. There are many, many characters. That's the problem, because I've already done all this. I've done all this years ago. There's nothing for me to do here, unless I went off and did my own sort of side of stuff. Because I'm helping Fritz out, it's a case of I'm having to wait around till she's free, and then I follow around. But hopefully, there's a new game. I thought it already. Maybe it is out already, but I read earlier it's not. Is New Game Plus is coming out sometime, and means I can start over from the beginning with my my current character, which means I can redo the story, which means I can play along with Fritz. So yeah, that'll be at some point. Your brain's filled with tinsel. I mean, yeah, can't deny that.
Brain full of tinsel.
Yeah, so you got the Mog thing. The song is like Nightmare Before Christmas. Then you got the Gridania one is basically Lord of the Rings, the Shire music.
I got a mighty Mog Rod again.
Pun?
Mog Rod.
You've got a mighty Mog Rod there.
It does 3 less damage than.
It's good for a lot of people.
Yet another useless thing.
I know people use them for glamour. It's always been sort of a glamour thing.
But it's not even useful.
What glamour it is.
It's not useful.
There's the best ones are staffs, if I remember. Grimoires aren't that great.
I guess it looks okay. There. Now my thing looks like a mob run.
Okay.
Where I just walk through someone.
Press Z.
Z.
Yeah. It makes it all. Let me pull it out. It's cute.
It just looks like it's sitting in a flower.
You can get a better one later on. Let me see if I can. Let me go to the market board. Right, it's noisy Limser is. Mog.
The king lives.
Right, so you got
Thorn March Extreme now accessible. Okay. I don't think I'm ready for that yet. Where was that?
Ah, it's this one. This is my one.
Search for the white robed.
There you go. That's my one. If you right click and do try on,
Oh,
you can
What?
see it activated.
I don't know where you are.
No, in the chat. I've linked it to you in the chat. You click on the right click on the name, click try on, and then click the little like sheath draw weapon item icon. And then drag your character around.
Wait, what? Say that again?
So right click on the link, click on try on.
Okay, it's a book.
Yeah, then click next to the little icon, little like slashing icon. And you'll see it activated.
It's glowy.
Yeah, it's not that great for the my one. You can get them in marketplace though. So if you do decide to change class. These too expensive. Oh god, they've actually gone quite cheap now. You got Murderous Moggle Mogfists as well, which is literally. I'll show you. So that's the fists.
Oh, okay. Cutscene.
I don't know if there's any new minions.
Mogfist.
But they're actually quite cool because it's literally just punching with Moogles on your hands. Oh, my eyes. Have I got that one already?
There's some imps trying to beat me up. They're not very nice.
Meerkat. Bacon bits. Oh, yeah.
I shall call upon Samfire.
Oh, why is it so expensive? Adventure Basket is literally just a... I kind of want it. I'm going to get it. It's cost me 119k, but it's worth it.
Mission message was resealing our bathroom, taking Kimmy to bed so we'll join when she is asleep. Or was exactly what time? Yeah, we sort of just generally start after dinner. Because we usually have dinner, depending on when that's finished. We watch something whilst having dinner, wait till that's finished. And then just start once we've sorted stuff out. I mean, I had to restart my computer because my avatar thing wasn't working properly, so...
I can't trade you, can I? I don't think I can at the moment.
I did say from like 7 PM onwards. Just because dinner usually lands around 6 PM.
Need some clothes. I need clothes?
Need clothes?
Oh, you mean that out of the marketplace? I don't know if there's any actually new things.
Gruesome gargoyle. Okay.
Usually
Still very nice.
you can usually get just the basic like all one, which lets you get stuff that's like exclusively. Not really exclusive. It's like you can have it for like level 1 in a way. God, they need to fix the marketplace. They need to update the marketplace.
Go Samfire. Attack.
Oh, that's cute. I like that.
Are you just shopping?
I'm looking.
You're shopping.
They got flat caps as well. Hornet cap. No, I don't
It's all well and good. But we're not even allowed to use the marketplace.
Yeah, which is weird.
Like, oh, you haven't paid for stuff. You haven't paid for like the expansion. No, you're not allowed.
Dream hat, 400k.
Go Samfire. Attack.
You're Buttercup, aren't you?
What?
Buttercup and Lavender.
Buttercup.
Your favourite flowers. Is it Buttercup?
Daffodil.
Daffodil. Fucking, I'm getting closer.
Right colour.
No, they don't have it in them.
Lavender, yes.
You got these ones as well.
You keep showing me things. I'm trying to play the game.
Yeah, but it's part of the game.
No. No.
It is part of the game.
No.
Hyacinth.
Hyacinth. Cute.
I've got this for you. When you can trade.
Private Moai. Okay. Okay.
I got this because I like the look of it.
Okay.
Right, where are you?
You're waking sands again.
No, I can't even go in there. I don't think.
It's literally just like, go talk to this person, and then you leave.
I can't remember where Waking Sands is, to be honest. Is it Bannerland?
Vesper Bay. Is it
I need to get out of it. It's so loud.
yeah, Fanland.
Limbs is so loud.
You can't trade until you're in a game. Yeah, he said he's keeping that until we can trade. In
Yeah.
which case, he wants to buy the game for me in the future, but I said not until I've exhausted all of the things I can do in this part.
Yeah, because as well, like, you get when you get the latest expansion, you also get previous expansions now. So, what they do on the digital, so you can go on the digital, on the website, and you can get the collector's edition. Not with all the the statue and all that shit, but you get like the little bonuses and that which is worth it because you get like the little boost things. Like I've got a hat that lets me level up, gives me a bit more experience, past a certain level. So basically, if I started a new character, I can power through really easily. Yeah. So when I was doing New Game Plus, I can at least catch up. I can redo the story and then catch up to where you are. Do that. My eyes are really like achy. I don't know if it's tired as much. You know when your eyes start like feeling heavy.
Oh, it's like your eyes are tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't feel tired though.
That makes sense to make use of the entire free game first. Yeah, I want to be able to show that I will actually play this game fully by enjoying this part first. Hey, Hayak! Hello!
I forgot that I named my apartment Chimpartment.
Hello, goblin friend.
Hi.
Friend. Build on the stone. Speak with Tataru in Revenant's I was about to say Revenant's Troll. I mean...
Taoist.
I really hope to get me to sleep before you finish. We'd probably be on this for a bit.
Yeah, we usually do
we've
3
only been
hours.
streaming for 48 minutes, so
Yeah, we usually do a 3-hour stream.
3 hours, maybe longer if we're really into it.
That's cool.
I used to do like 6 hours of this.
That was worth 119k. Be it frozen waste or at a frozen waste or volcano's fiery bowels. No matter where your adventure takes you, this basket laden with tasty morsels nourish your body while lifting your spirit. Cutlery and crockery included for your consuming convenience. I like the descriptions for a lot of these. Carbon Private Maui.
Moai.
Oh my god, it's got a tiny body and it yawns. Carved from remnants of a larger statue found deep beneath the Ruby Sea. The reasons for why or even how it can propel itself will remain unknown. Rumours of bright rings pouring forth from its effigy's mouth, however, are largely exaggerated.
I've decided to have a marble seedling for now. I had the cactua cutting before.
Oh, you can't beckon it onto your shoulder. Poke.
I like the plant friends. Minfilia, I don't care.
Ugly Duckling. After suffering countless barbs from his bullying brothers, his tiny Cloudkin had enough left in its own home in Neverreap to find someplace he'd be called beautiful too.
Okay.
Heavy Hatchling. It would be foolish to believe that a chocobo could achieve this size dining on greens alone, regardless of how many hundred bushels were devoured in a single sitting. Chicken bones fell beneath the chick's bedding, suggesting he may have taste for his suckling cousins.
Oh, so it's like a shoebill bird.
Yeah, basically it's eaten.
Yeah, you know those birds that the loft wings are based on?
Mm.
Yeah, they basically they're cannibals. So when they're born, the strongest chick will basically just eat all of its siblings. So there's only really ever one chick that makes it.
Mm.
It's like, Jesus Christ, this is dark. But hey, that's damn nature, you scary.
Bluebird. Fortunate to hatch before being eaten by lizards. Fortunate to fall from its nest before landing to flight. Fortunate to land in an empty treasure coffer. Unfortunate to be still settling said coffer until it's filled booty and locked up again. Fortunate to be plundered. Fortunate to be plundered by you. So basically, it's a fortunate, unfortunate bird.
Aw. Wait, a cutscene that actually has voice stuff in it? Voice acting.
Means you have to watch it. Right, I should stop.
Yurianga?
I should stop. Just looking for my inventory and stuff. Where are you again?
I can't remember where I am right now.
Still need to try and bloody find where I'm supposed to do this
Ooh,
stupid
there's a boat.
story mission.
Ooh, mysterious purple person. Who are you? Who art thou?
Test of strength. Might as well go there. I'll go to for now.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, I always like. I loved for the fat chocobo mount. To walk, you hold out like the little cabbage thing, and when you want it to fly, you then pull out a piece of cake on a string.
Of course.
I mean, it
There
makes
is
sense.
a giant polar bear. Hello, polar bear. You look slightly derpy, but
It's because it's a recolor of the panda and the bear. No, the bear was
I
the
mean,
bear one was
that's
original.
fair.
And they basically recolored it.
yeah,
It's
it
basically
does look
bloody
a
like We Bear
panda
Bears.
shape.
We Bear Bear.
Polar bear was recent winter mount. Fair enough. No voice acting, no listen.
Yeah, she tends to skip these things. It's got no.
Hey, if they can't be asked giving it voice,
It was early
when
days.
some of them do,
Heaven's Ward does have a lot
go
more
back
voice
and
in it.
put them over the top.
You'd have to like redo the old
I don't
voice
like
lines as
reading.
well.
Reading bores me. Look, I'm sorry, do you go through Skyrim and read all of the books?
Only if they're interesting.
No, you don't.
I played Disco Elysium. That was a lot of read. That was before they had added voice lines for everybody. Disco Elysium never used to have that many voices in it.
I just find it funny how. So I mentioned this to Evie the other day. How I did really well in English throughout education. It was always the subject I did the best at. And yet I cannot stand reading or writing. Both things bore me to death. I think writing because I hate handwriting things. I don't mind too much if it's like typed out. But handwriting, one, kills my hand, and two, just takes forever. It's like, ugh.
Yeah, but I guess like, if you like writing stuff like on the computer, you could sort of do that. Oh god.
Oh yeah, no. It's just back in like high school and college, they always wanted you to handwrite things, and it's like, you don't understand how much effort and pain I go through just to write a little bit.
That's why computers are a godsend.
It's why I also hated doing art history, or having to, where they used to make us handwrite like evaluations of people's work to basically to show that we can understand other people's artwork as part of our artist research stuff.
Yeah.
But having to write it all out and I was like, please don't make me do this, please. I will speak to Alpha Nord.
Fucking right next to the fucking items, pick it up.
Yes. Hello, I'm dyslexic. I actually feel pain when I do any reading or writing. That's its own fucking thing. Like, having to... I guess I can understand considering I have a similar thing, but it's dyscalculia. So, think of it in replacement of you and, like, looking at words and it's confusing your brain. Mine's looking at numbers and it's confusing in my brain. So I can understand that shit. But it means that I've never been able to read a 24-hour clock properly.
Same.
Like 24-hour digital or even just a 12-hour analog.
I can't do analog. I'm shit with analog.
Analog's really the only time that I was able to sort of sit there long enough to sort of figure it out for myself was because I finished my SATs in high school. Not SATs, the other thing.
GCSEs.
Like GCSEs. I finished that. Like I finished one of the exams and sat there and staring at the clock because we weren't allowed to look around. We weren't really allowed to do anything but just sit and wait. Thank you. Love you too.
Go on.
Yeah, so I just sat and stared at the clock and I was basically just trying to figure out how people read it. Just with what I already knew, like, okay, those numbers mean that. I know how many seconds go into a minute, so how does that correlate to the little notches around the clock? So I had to just sit there figuring that out. And for like the last 10 minutes, I could actually read the clock for a bit. But then as soon as I left, all of that knowledge just disappeared out of my brain.
Yeah. Digital clocks will spoiled us for the most part.
I mean, I'm thankful for digital clocks because it makes my life a lot easier not having to constantly feel like, oh, I can't read the time at all. It's like, okay, no, there is a way for me to read the time. Thank you. It's like throughout, like I had to do extra maths lessons because of my inability to remember how numbers work together, how to do certain sums. So like there was extra lessons we had to do throughout the summer holidays at one point. That was awful. I hated having to do that. Thankfully I had my friend with me at the point, so I was just like, okay, this isn't going to be as bad. I'm not going to suffer alone. So I managed to get through my GCSE maths. I obviously got like we did the foundation level. There was no way I was going to do a higher level version of maths, no. So I did the foundation, and I think I got I think the highest level you can get in foundation was a C, so I got a C, thankfully. But yeah, English shows I'm perfectly fine at, but it's still a case of it's like you'd think I'd enjoy reading and stuff. I just don't. I can't sit there long enough to read something that I'm clearly just not interested in reading fully. I've always been able to take in visual and audio at the same time. That's why films work out better for me, like films and TV shows. Even if, say, a book adaptation doesn't quite fit what the story is supposed to be, I will still prefer to go through it that way than sit and read it and not really take in much of what's going on.
Yeah.
I can't focus on it. I had to do extra English and maths, but only because they couldn't understand my explanation of how I knew shit. That's fair. I basically only managed to pass maths because of that extra summer school part. Basically, it was me and my friend Ronnie doing the maths then, and how I managed to do it was I basically read out the textbook to her, she would do any of the writing part, and I would basically take any knowledge just from memory. And that's basically how I managed to get through that last exam, was just using short-term memory. Even though I knew for a fact that once I finished that exam, all of that information is just going to disappear out of my brain. It wasn't going to stay at all, but at least I could get through that exam knowing that, hey, I did something, even if isn't going to stay here. Highest in foundation is C. Yeah, that's what I managed to get. I was lucky to get that, really. I still don't know shit. Scene captures, haha, you love. I learnt science from listening to my teacher and copying it. I got 2 C's in science. I cried throughout my exams. Exams, the thing is, as scary as everyone found exams,
They're
I had
bullshit.
already sort of learnt by then that once you're outside of high school, it literally means nothing. All it does is help put you into the next school.
Exams
So,
are bullshit.
like, primary school would help you get into your high school, like the one you want. Oh, sorry. Yeah, primary just gets you, like, your SATs get you into high school, your GCSEs get you into college, and if you get a good enough score in college, you can go on to university. I didn't bother going to university. It wasn't going to be a thing for me.
People have a harder time when coming out of university to find a job as well, somehow. But
exams are shit.
I say it's bullshit just because they give you a good score anyway. They apparently it doesn't really all it is just for a little card that says like, oh yeah, you did this. It's so fixed in how they do stuff. Like it's when people say, oh, you have it easier these days. It's true. The system is not as hard as it used to be. Like it used to be much more complicated. These days, you see people like going. I mean, it's been in the news a few times, like how people in their GCSEs they got like mostly A's, and it's like that makes no sense. That nearly everybody's got A's. There's always a bunch of people who've got like lower scores, and then they did like some research, and people they were literally the exams were so much easier than what used to be, like, because obviously questions change all the time.
Yeah, the thing is with the SATs and GCSEs, half of it is again to get you into the next part of your educational journey, but the other half is literally just to make the school look good. Like the higher the grades, there can be like, hey, our students are getting high grades. You should get your child to come to our school. Blah blah blah. And it's just like, ugh. Not to mention that school is such a fucking one mold situation. You don't get different kinds of exams to fit the person. It's everyone gets the same exam. And it's a case of like not everyone's brains work the same. Otherwise, if we did all work the same, there'd be literally everyone would be able to do everything, and that's just impossible anyway. GCSEs were our marker to check to see how much I can remember. I never really learned until I started my first job. Yeah, a lot of people actually learn better on the job. That's why they did a massive push for what's it called? The thing that I did. I can't remember the name. The learn on the job thing. Why is my brain not working today? The word's gone out of my head. Apprenticeship, thank you. Yeah, apprenticeship. They did a big old push for those. It's like the the first apprenticeships that they started in the NHS, I was part of the first group that ever did it. I managed to get put into the main, like the biggest part that brings in the most money for the hospital is dermatology. I couldn't stand, it was far too stressful of a situation to do. I couldn't handle that at all. But if the education system worked, then wouldn't need to do those. Yeah, that's why in recent years the whole blood studies. No, that'd be hematology. Dermatology is all to do with the skin. That's why, like on like bottles of like skincare stuff, it will say something along the lines of dermatologically tested. It basically just means it's been tested on skin.
Dermal implants, etc.
Yeah, it's all to do with the skin, and because obviously the skin is the biggest organ, it comes with a hell of a lot of different problems. So, of course, it's gonna have a lot of people needing help with it. Because obviously, one of the main types of cancer is skin cancer, which absolutely fucking sucks. That's one of the reasons why I just couldn't continue. We had to, like, even though I wasn't part of the department that worked directly with the cancer patients, but we had to like pass them over to that department, and it became it became a stress that if I did one tiny thing wrong with anyone's appointment or passing over to the right person, it could have a major knock-on effect to someone's appointments or someone's basically their health. And I was like, I can't deal with that. It stressed me out. Close enough to get me confused. I scraped through my written assignments at university, but I passed because I excelled at the practical. Yeah, a lot of people do the hands-on better than all of the written bullshit. Some people are great with the written stuff, but it seems to be an ongoing theme where most people do better actually hands-on, being thrown into the work and just learning from doing it. That's why the apprenticeship thing worked. Now it's all degrees. I had the highest grades for my practical work and the lowest for my written work. Yeah, written was always just pain in the ass. Hated it. Adventurers Guild I need to go to.
I'm sorry, I'm sort of pausing. I just realised I needed to sort my my shout out thing.
That's fine. I'm just waffling.
That's fine.
Yeah, they wonder why homeschooling's become such a big thing. More parents are realizing it's like we're more equipped to deal one-on-one with the child and how the education process goes, because having one teacher teach a whole class of different types of children with different ways of learning is not as easy as they think it should be.
Yeah.
The weirdest subject to have written elements are. Yeah, no, I always hated any of the written aspects of art. It was the one thing that I always failed at. They're like, hey, here's art history. You have to write all of this shit. I'm like, well, I'm gonna fail this part. I already know that. You don't even have to ask.
Right, it should work. But
SLAs are more and more common. Oh, I'm going the wrong way.
I was gonna shout you out on my channel just to test it.
Oh, are you what the big shout out thingy or?
You're playing no wait.
What?
Right.
Let's go. What?
Shout out Fritzer Wolf. Is it Fritzer and Fritzer, isn't it?
Fritzer and Feritzer.
Yeah. That's probably why then. There we go.
Did you write my name wrong?
People are going to end
No.
up in.
I know it's long,
to bed or
but
something.
come on.
And also, thank you for saying the drawing is really nice.
There we go. 15. I've changed it because I think it was a basically max clip size. So if it was like 45 seconds, it would have played for 45 seconds. So I've done it. I've changed it to 15 seconds. It came up with the clip where you go, "Thank you,
Thank you.
thank you."
Thank you.
All right, there we go. Now if I do a shout out, it won't be because I did the one. I can't remember who I did the other day. I think it was Dante's, and it went on for a good 45 seconds. It's like nothing was being said. It was just silence. Oh.
Applause. Clappy, 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 clap. Also, I'm sorry for not streaming as much lately. There's a few different reasons for it.
She can't be
I
bothered.
was just about to drink, thank you.
I'm joking.
No. First of all, we had the 2 very long. Ow! That's such a constraint. Rip. We had the 2 12-hour streams to help raise money for the Blue Cross,
Yeah.
which we raised $100. I mean pounds.
Pound
technically
dollars.
pounds. I can't remember whether they put it in dollars or pounds, so I can't remember. I think it was pounds. Whatever. It's Blue Cross, it should be pounds. Yeah, so that wore me out pretty quickly. We were also all prepping for Christmas, obviously, and then New Year. We had loads of visitors, so I don't want to, like, not spend time with, like, my brother came round. I wanted to spend time with him because we don't get to hang out constantly. $1, yes, $1. Bells. It was definitely bells. Yeah, so I hang out with my brother. On top of that, I've been starting a new adventure with making certain things. But that's
I
still
thought you
in
meant
the
with me then. I
works.
was thinking, yeah, our live together. I was like, oh no, I know what you mean.
No. No. That's already started ages ago. What are you talking about?
I don't know. I like it to be about me sometimes.
Nah. I mean, partly why I didn't stream as much was because I really like playing multiplayer games.
But when we
But a lot
decide
of-
them,
Shut up!
she goes.
You wanted to play Lego. I didn't really feel like playing Lego.
She goes.
Shut up.
I've suggested a few things, and she's like, it's like, well, fine then.
I
I'm
have
not
to
bu-
be
I'm
in
not
the
fucking
right mood to
sugarcoating
play
it.
certain games, and he always picks the one game that I'm.
Which I've suggested about 5 or 6 different games. It's like,
Shut up.
I'm not
I
fucking being this
suggested
shit for
this today. Shut up.
Actually, wasn't it
Yeah.
me who suggested it?
No, I came in. I said we could play Final Fantasy, and you were like, sure.
Yeah, probably.
Yes, it was. No, Dorito. Is this guy a Dorito?
No, but we will be playing Lego. Because, to be honest, one of the reasons you didn't want to continue playing Lego is because when we do multiplayer on that, we have to be in the same room. I know, it's horrible.
It's all this, like, I have to maneuver everything around. I have to plug things in down here. we have to share the microphone, so the audio's a bit off.
But
Stop
'cause-
throwing things at me.
but
I'm dropping pies on my head.
because I'm awesome,
Wait, where's my
we
angry
figured
face?
out today that remote play is actually really smooth because we're on LAN, pretty much close to a LAN connection because we're on that same internet. So ran it today, and it was pretty much like it was running like on my computer normally. So we will be doing more like local multiplayer stuff, remote play right now though. So that opens up a whole new like set of games we can play now because we can just do like remote play on some local multiplayer games. Which means I can. It means as well I can. We can use my games and like do it that way as well because I've got like a chunk of games that you don't have.
Yeah.
So.
See, I really like multiplayer games, but specifically chill ones that I don't have to worry about fighting everything and worrying about
So, Lego.
dying all the time. No.
You can see up right on my character's dress. I apologise.
Thing is, with Lego games, all I want to do is just go around and break everything and collect all of the
Yeah,
stuff.
but that's the fun in it. I'd happily do that for 3 hours.
But I know that people will get bored of me just doing that and going through meticulously
Fuck 'em.
breaking.
The whole point of Lego games is to destroy stuff. Like if people if people join a stream, go, oh, I'll join this Lego stream. They're gonna go, they're not doing the story. They're doing, look, they're destroying everything. Like I love that. You got to realise people.
Fine. I wouldn't enjoy watching that. Okay. I enjoy doing it. I wouldn't enjoy watching it.
Well,
why is this on my head?
Fuck 'em.
He's put a box on my head.
Wait, you're doing it to enjoy it yourself, not for them to enjoy it.
Yeah.
I mean, you are doing it for them to enjoy it, but you know what I mean. Like you're playing it for yourself.
This
I'm gonna skip a
cutscene
few
has
things.
lasted way too long. Ow!
I'm skipping all the
He threw a
cutscenes of my
tennis-
side missions.
He threw a tennis ball at me.
Oh, I'm not even on your stream. I need to load up your stream.
Why is this cutscene like 5 hours long? Stop. Don't make me eat you. Off my head.
There you go. Oh fuck! I did it again. I opened up a browser. I meant to open up Twitch. You have one new friend request. I know. It's Dante who decided to, for some reason.
What, unfriend you?
Yeah.
Sorry, Kimmy and I was watching them. Oh, what? They're throwing things at me. This is for you then. Blah. Blah. Blah, 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 blah.
Interesting.
Right. What?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing?
Come at me, bro.
Alright.
She's giggling.
I got a bunch of quests I'm finishing. I'm skipping through the dialogue because I've done this part of the story already.
Alright, I'm gonna go to the toilet quickly. Throw things at me and drop things on my head. By the way, it does pile up. So if you keep dropping things on my head, it will like pile up pies and boxes on it. So
Oh, thank you for the
done that.
hydrate. And the stretch. And the wash check. Bear me 2 seconds while I just defeat this person. Defective. I need to call him detective. Right. Stretch. Oh god, I'm phasing out with reality. Whoa. I picked up cups of blood juice. You have my thanks. Right. Where are we going next? All the way over here. Oh, thanks. Ah, oh god, it's louder than usual.
I came back and my avatar's head was just broken. It's like, what did you do?
You came back and I got bead by your dad.
Yay, the bees! We love the bees. He doesn't, but we do.
I don't like it.
Who do I
Not one
got?
bit.
Is it? Full die three. Oh wait, we're going the wrong way.
You know, it's funny.
Yay.
This reminds me of a joke.
I'm going to remove one
No.
thing though.
What?
Fuck. Never mind.
What?
No, it's fine.
What have you done?
No, no, just it wasn't working.
What did you do?
I've got to do a dad joke. Right, give me a second.
Why would you?
I need to get like a dad joke book just for like stream rather than go into this website every time. All right, sort by top. 82,000. That's 1 year ago. God, these are terrible.
Yes. I forgot to turn the mic back on. There you go. Sorry.
No.
Good thing I didn't say anything useful.
Okay, I guess it is. It looks like it's been abandoned though.
Maybe it has.
The website.
Thank you. Thank you for saying. Is it old?
Huh. What's the opposite of a croissant? A happy uncle.
Right, that's. I'm gonna end his stream. I'm gonna walk in there and hit end stream.
You can't.
Oh yeah?
You can't
You
allow
wanna
it.
bet?
I hide the button.
You wanna bet?
I can hide the button.
You wanna bet? I'll just
Oh shit! I nearly
walk
actually.
in and just
Are you sure?
turn off the computer.
I went to put the stream thing back and I accidentally clicked stop streaming. Luckily, I put a confirmation box on. I put confirmation box on because I remember ages ago I kept accidentally clicking stop stream.
Dummy.
Groan.
Like a
It was funny.
No, it wasn't.
It was.
No, it wasn't.
They're not as good as apparently they've had a dry spell. Shut up. They've had a bit of a dry spell on there. Like some of them from like 2 months ago.
Spread. Jump. God, I wish I had the ability to jump that high.
Okay, that's a good one. I'm not going to say it though unless it gets redeemed again.
Don't.
I think there's a cooldown. 26 minutes.
I'm not even gonna say that. No,
What?
we don't do dad jokes here. Search for the children in hiding. There's children around here? Where? In here? Just rip. I refuse. I refuse to participate in the dad jokes.
I'm going to give one away for free because I liked it.
No.
Told my son, you know, Bigfoot always gets confused with Sasquatch, yet he never complains. I like that one. It's actually clever.
No, it's not. I'm so confused.
Why?
It's telling me to find hiding children in this small area. Is it just this area?
All of the areas.
Oh, maybe it's... okay. It's all around this area. I will find you from the skies. Dear children.
Bam, bam, bam,
I'll find you.
I'm on the chocobo and it's so cool that you can fly in the sky. I need to change its look. I need to buy more farting for it, actually.
Well, mine's called Samfire, so really it either needs to be blue or green.
Mine's Bruce.
I don't know, 25 letters of the alphabet, I don't know why. Ah, why did you... Why? Gah! That's it. That's it. Next time I see you.
Banned.
This music was played at my wedding. The hand fasting part or the other thing? I can't remember. It's been a long time.
Coming.
I can't find this thing. Where's the child? Where's the child? Where's the small child? They're hiding somewhere around. I'm gonna kick their ass. There is one here. No. Oh, found you. Ah, Hosen
Doubt.
was present in all parts of our wedding. Okay. I can't remember. It's been a long time. Healing.
I'd want something from Back to the Future. And before you say it, not like da 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 da. There's some like there's the jingly sort of like
I
songs
thought we
as
weren't
well.
having a wedding.
Okay, that at the
Make up your
thing,
mind.
the thingy, the reception-y thing. We're still gonna get like thing. I'm gonna tie a bit of music on while we just stand and go. Yeah, I'll sign this. I'll sign that.
Johnny be good.
No, it's like
Phoenix Dragon, you're back?
But there's in the movie it's like sort of jingly sort of da da da, like sort of jingles and like
John,
yeah.
no, Dean said Johnny be good.
Nah, it'd be too obvious.
Hello, Phoenix. Welcome back. Thank you for
that
the
way.
gifted sub.
Oh no, shit! There is a way up there. Okay.
How you been? How you doing? As you can see, we've upgraded to 3D wolf person.
Eventually, I'll have a. I'll be going back to a model thing. At the moment, I'm just me.
He monkey boy. But
Yeah.
He's human monkey boy right now.
Yeah, because I do like. The thing is, I could probably go with the. I could probably go with the what's it called once you. I could go with the text one.
Oh yeah, you want me to retexture?
Yeah, so do one for text, and then like obviously when we get around to getting like a monkey one, because then I can just sort of interchange the avatar sort of things as well.
I've been good. So you either finished or stepped away from Star Fox. I actually stepped away from it. I haven't finished it.
We decided. I think didn't we decide we're gonna try and get the Wii working first.
Yeah, the way I was playing it before wasn't as straightforward.
No.
It's just a bit of a pain, and
So-
sometimes broke.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna once we can get a Wiimote or find a Wiimote, we're gonna get the homebrew thing sorted on it and run it through there because then at least it's on kind of original hardware.
Yeah. I didn't realize something was.
I do actually own a copy of Star Fox Adventures, but my brother's got it, I think. 'Cause I gave him my old
I have
GameCube
it, but
games.
I think Stacy is currently borrowing it. Don't think she's actually going to play it, but basically I have the Nintendo Wii. I gave her, I long-term lent her the GameCube because
Yeah.
they didn't really have any consoles for the kids to play at the time. But I don't think anyone's actually touched the thing.
You got my
So
Wii, which is hacked.
Ew. I should
Uh-huh.
spoil it.
My console, which is hacked. Technically, it's my mum's. My dad bought it for my mum, and she used it when we had the Wii Fit. Then she started working a lot, so she didn't play it as much. And then after like she retired, she's like, I can't bother. She's like I'm you know, she couldn't bother anymore. But I basically I thought, fuck it, I'm gonna, if it's not being used, I'll hack it. So I got the homebrew shit loaded up on it. When we can get Wiimote, I can actually update and make sure everything's like up to date and like hack wise, because is this still like from back when the black Wii came out. So it's not been updated since then. So I know there's a lot more stuff for it. Has anyone heard about those corduroy pillows? They're making headlines. Nice, Dano.
Stop. 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 Stop it.
But yeah, like,
Stop it!
because I wanna play like Paper Mario games as well. Which now that it's on the Switch as well, I can play Thousand Year Door, not Thousand Year Door, the original Paper Mario, and such.
GameCube was such a classic console, some of my favourite games was on the GameCube. GameCube is so underrated. Super Smash Bros. Melee, Turok Evolution, Extreme G Racing 3. I adore the GameCube.
It was alright.
I love it.
Yeah.
GameCube was definitely, out of all of the consoles, GameCube was my favourite.
N64 and GameCube for me.
I love N64, but it didn't have as many games that I fell in love with.
Fair enough.
Dean, stop trying to trick me into saying dad jokes. I'm now going to pre-read these in my brain before saying them out loud.
I don't trust those cheese. They seem kind of shady. There you go. I'll read them.
I hate you all.
No, I do need to. Seeing when we did the bed thing, the replacement mattress, I unplugged the connector because there was I was using the long cable to hook it up to the, because I figured out so I figured I was like, shit, I can't use like because I bought like his adapter so I could two HDMI cables together, but the problem is it sort of made everything grey when I tried to do that. So because it was obviously when you get to a certain distance it sort of loses its signal quality. But my brain was like, but why didn't I just use an USB cable, like extension cable, on the actual capture card and then run that by the bed? I was like, huh. So all I've got to do now is just literally, I need to get the little extension cable, the tiny one, like, you know, the one that you can get for like the old, like for the fire sticks and that, like the ones that are like little bit you plug in and it sort of hangs down, so you don't snap the bloody.
Yeah, the angled ones.
Yeah, I need to get one of them. I don't know if I brought mine with me, but I know there was one at my mum's house. I'd get something like that because then I can unplug the Xbox. Because all I've got to do is like to use it. All I've got to do is unplug the thing from the Xbox, plug it into the capture card, and I can run it through my PC, which means I can actually go back to playing Dragon Quest. Finally. But it means as well, I all I've got to say, because I found out recently, Wii to HD it's called, it's about 14 quid. It literally turns your Wii into a HDMI. Basically, you plug it into the back, and it has like a HDMI out, which is nice. 14 quid, I'm going to get one of them at some point, because then we can stream that as well. But it means I can play all these other games, and like I've been holding off playing like I've got Pokemon Snap to finish. I've got fucking all these games, and
I've got a few games that I would like to play.
but it's just
I got stuck on thingy on Star Fox.
I think we can actually move that save over because it'll be running technically in an emulator anyway. All we got to do is convert put the save onto the actual console.
I mean,
anyway.
that makes it much easier to continue.
Yeah, because so you can, with the homebrew thing, you can actually modify it so the save games can be copied back and forth. You can save them, back them up on the computer.
Why is there music happening? Ow, my ears! Fucking hell!
You can back it up. You can back it up onto the PC as well. So it's a case of we just got to find out how to put it onto there and done. The Wiimotes. The thing is, Wiimotes only cost about £8 now. I could have got one, but it's just I don't want to spend that. Because it's a case of there's a mod you can use. Well, I think there's a bit of homebrew you can use, which allows you to actually control the Wii with the GameCube controller, which makes it a hell of a lot easier.
Not you too, Phoenix. Not you too. They they got Phoenix too.
So you can't blame me for this one now.
I'm gonna blame you. You started this.
I did not. It's a lie.
You did.
It's a lie. It's a lie.
I am a dad though. I mean, at least you have a free pass to actually say it.
I'm sort of I'm a pet dad.
No, you're not.
Wow. Rude.
You're not.
I am.
No, you're not.
You said.
No, until you are able to clean.
Hey, I feed her.
No.
Hey, it's not choice. It's not a choice
Why
thing.
am
That
I
is.
suddenly first person mode? What's happened?
It's not a choice thing. I just.
Why am I
It makes me feel
first person
sick. Oh, press. Is it home?
mode? Home?
Yeah, home key on keyboard.
Oh, okay, right, okay.
You need a little Doom heads up displays like thing
Why do we tell? No, 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 no! I'm not saying it.
hold on.
It used to be no.
Why do we tell
No.
actors to break a leg? Because every show needs a cat.
Yeah.
You fucking turn into Goku. See that? Do you know that right? Can I just say though, you need to get an animation like a power up animation when you get like it's just like this glow just starts happening around your character. That joke's over 9,000.
You all disappoint me. I don't have friends. They disappoint me.
This mount really makes it fucking my dress ride up. A proper like you can just flap
Okay.
it in the wind. There we go.
No.
I'm on an
no,
egg.
Phoenix.
No, I did.
No.
I say that I sit on an egg, which then pushes my skirt really fucking high up in the sky. Hold on. There we go. I'm on a bird now. Right, that's. I think because I'm flying, my dress skirty sort of thing just flaps, so you can just see my character's arse when I'm mounts.
What is happening with you?
I don't know.
No, no, Dad, you're not allowed to join in. No, no, stop, stop. No, no, no,
Ba, 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 da, ba.
No. no.
No.
Hey, what do you want for breakfast? A bagel. No, the souls of the innocent. A bagel. No, 2 bagels. Use the Maelstrom restorative on the wounded storm private. Okay. Right. Does he deserve it? Does he deserve to be healed?
My favourite like back and forth thing is the Eddie Izzard thing. It's like cake or death. Do you remember
I'm sorry,
that?
what? Cake or death?
Have you not heard of Cake or Death?
I didn't really watch Eddie Izzard stuff.
Oh god, we got to watch some of these stuff to get. It's so fucking funny. One of these things, right, is it's like cake or death. Death, please.
Death.
It's like
Yes, definitely.
okay. I know. It was cake or death. It's like cake. Okay. Cake or death. Cake. Cake or death. Death. I mean cake.
Okay.
It is.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to come in there with a fucking YouTube clip or something.
No. Do it later.
No, the stream must know.
No.
No, Eddie Izzard's fun to watch on live
You
shows.
help
Isn't it?
me. I've got a really bad religious joke, but I won't share it without a green light from you. I guess it depends on how offensive.
I thought that was a joke in itself. I thought I was going to say, but I think it'll make
I
you
thought I was
cross.
about to, but no.
I want to tell a religious joke, but I think it'll make you cross.
That would have made me cross. Like, actually cross. It's not too terrible. All right, fire away. But it's about Jesus. Okay. I'm not a Christian, and I don't mind some offensive jokes. I just don't want people coming in and, feeling uncomfortable.
Do we bring up the Stephen Fry thing? Because I always love that.
What's the difference between Jesus and a painting of Jesus?
Oh, I've just seen you've got that off the Reddit thing. I was thinking that one a minute ago. One of them needs only one nail or something like that. It only takes one. Yeah.
One nail to hang the painting. Ooh.
That was on the dad jokes subreddit. I thought it wasn't that good. So I know what they're doing now. He's browsing through the subreddit.
Yeah, Monkey Boy has a channel points redemption to tell a dad joke. It's usually used when I'm around because everyone knows I hate dad jokes. What am I looking? Find the missing scouts within the.
Hey, Hayek. Wait, okay, I've actually caught you this time. Hi, Hayek. How you doing? By the way, if you see me doing like this, I'm not picking my nose, but I'm just adjusting my piercing. I've got a septum piercing. I always feel conscious. People thinking, "Oh God, he's picking his." No, I'm just adjusting.
Yeah. No one's ever actually said that he's picking his nose. He's just very self-conscious of it.
Yeah, because it's like sort of when you're on webcam, you're like going like that to adjust. Like it looks like I'm picking it. I'm not. All right.
Interacting. Dean.
How is Gobbo friend doing today?
Phoenix, come on.
I love my Pegasus. It's so red. I love the Power Glove. It's so bad. Please tell me you know what that reference is from.
No.
The Wizard. It's about the. Okay, so a film called The Wizard. It's about this kid who goes to Nintendo Championships, and one of the funniest facts about that film is the kid knew about a secret area in I think Super Mario Bros. 3.
Oh,
which hadn't been released yet. I think it hadn't been released yet, or just been released. So like it was because of the movie, people found out about that secret. I love that. It's a good movie. I've only watched it once, but it's worth watching.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I know of it. Now that you've mentioned that it's to do with video games, I'm like, oh.
But there's a kid who owns the Power Glove, and he goes, I love the Power Glove. It's so bad. It's like.
Yeah, it is.
It's like it's like years later. It's like I think it was Angry Video Game Nerd. It's like he tries to. It doesn't
It's the
work.
worst fucking thing.
It's cool because it's like it's
a
motion
nice
control.
idea,
Yeah.
but it was far too early in technology days that they had not been able to make it properly.
Yeah.
I bet now they could redo it and improve it so much.
I mean, I'm sure someone's probably modified a Oculus controller or an Index.
Yeah, technically the Oculus controls and things like that are basically what that is.
I'd modify it if it was cheaper. I think the reason probably why they haven't done it. If you get the Index, because it's actually got a pressure thing. So if you squeeze the controller, it actually say Alex, it crushes a can with the Index controllers. It'd be cool if someone modified that into a Power Glove, and when you grip with the Power Glove, it did it. But I don't know. I'd love to own the index one day, but fuck off, am I paying nearly $2,000 for it? Like
There's
this.
a lot of bad jokes happening in my chat because
I've
of
got
you.
I've got the Quest 2.
Hurt.
I know there's a Quest 3 coming out. I know there's Quest, I think 2 Pro or something like that. But I own the CV1, so basically the first edition of like the commercial Oculus. So I needed an upgrade. So I know it's not the very, very, very latest, but I'm at least at the point where I'm comfortable with what I've got now. Plus it's wireless, so.
I blame you for this.
I need to turn the thing down. A bit loud. Ambient sounds is way too loud. There we go.
Everyone in chat is bullying me.
If you say you don't like something, people
They're
do it
bullying
more.
me.
Just say you like puns and such shit.
No. I should be blunt about these jokes, but it would be pointless. Dad, get out of chat now. No, you're
Timed
not allowed.
out.
No. God. The only time I would allow this is as an option for donators. Like, no. You can only hurt me like this. What where is the thing I'm trying to aim for? It's not these guys, I don't think. No, it's not these guys. Where? It's not these guys.
There is
What
another subreddit, by the way, called Uncle Jokes. I'm not too sure.
Go through the
what kind
final
of jokes has on
checkpoint
here.
and defeat any Sahagin that appear. Oh, Sahagin. Sepsa. Are they just any of these types of creatures?
Okay. So the Uncle Jokes subreddit is called. The subtitle is "Jokes to tell your brother's kids, but not your kids." I like that.
Wow. My son is actually super hilarious and completely by accident.
Right. Wow. I
Where
can't
am
say
I
that one.
supposed to... Oh, through here. Okay, right. I didn't even... Why am I blind? What the fuck?
What do boobs and electric train sets have in common? They're both intended for children, but it's the dads that play with them.
Right. No, I'm coming in and closing. I'm just shutting your computer down.
Oh, come on. The Uncle Jokes are better.
No. This is rude, and I do not approve of any of you.
The Uncle Jokes are much worse. They're much darker.
I'm not surprised. Istola.
God, these are horrible.
Kimmy was calling me, and Gemma and Zeus asked her, "What's the matter?" She said, "None of your business." Oh, okay.
A woman goes to the doctor and says, "Every time I sneeze, I have an orgasm." Doctor asks if she's taken anything for it. Yes, she says, ground pepper. Okay, that's actually pretty good.
He has a Miles Morales set of pajamas, and I asked him who he was dressed as, and he said, "I'm Miles Morales." He's like Spider-Man, but he's black. I know he was referring to Miles' costume being black, but I was ready and but I wasn't ready and proceeded to laugh. Historically laughed.
This was one historical laugh.
It was the most historical laughter ever.
You can tell we're from different parts of the country.
Laughing in the past.
I say laugh. She says laugh.
Laugh.
Mine is actually pronounced like the actual word though.
Well, actually, no, because if we're going by the rules of pronunciation, it's technically loaf.
But though it's laugh.
Or lout. Or lout.
Laugh is Laff. Laugh is at least using the U.
Oh,
Laugh.
no. Mum's angry with you now.
Why?
She's done, please God, no.
Hey, it's
We're
Oh, wait.
particular about how
Is it? Are we part?
things.
Is it the watershed past the watershed?
Yeah, dumb smartphone.
The watershed. Is it the watershed? Isn't it?
What? Yeah, watershed.
Yeah, 9 p.m. So still got still got 16 minutes.
Water.
Then it's we can go for the
Water.
water. I say water. Oh, glass of water. It's like
Water.
fucking. We don't say it fucking that way. Water. Water. Grass.
I beat you, silly mate.
Laugh. Bath. Calf.
Bath, grass.
Bath.
Calf is correct.
Calf.
No, calf is a completely different thing, and plus it's cafe.
Calf.
It's a French word. It's cafe.
Lecaf.
It's cafe.
Lecafe.
Right? If you read the title of the thing that Pikachu comes from, how do you say it?
Pokeball.
It's Pokemon. A.
You said what it comes from? It comes from a Pokeball.
No, I said the title of the thing. Like the. I'm trying to say it's an accented E. It's a French accent part of an E. It's pronounced an A.
Mm.
So when you read cafe, it's cafe, not just caf.
Cafe ball.
Or cafe.
What the fuck? That's a weird looking bird.
Raichu. Are you talking about Raichu? Grass, angry grass. No. Grass. Pikachu comes from Pichu. Raichu. What is happening in the chat? I'm so confused.
I don't know.
Here's a magical question. Oh dear. Phoenix. I swear to God.
She doesn't allow puns. Only Harry Potter trivia now.
If you were a gym leader, what type would you specialize in and why?
Should be plant.
Yeah, I'd probably be like grass type.
How the fuck do I get in there?
Even though my favorite Pokemon of all is still Ghastly, and I can't really
Ghastly.
tell you why. Ghast.
It's Ghast.
There is no R.
It's Ghast.
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 Lee.
Ghastly.
Ghastly. What a ghastly
Yeah.
turn of events.
Yeah, I like anything plant-like, or some of the bugs are cute, so maybe bug, like grass/bug. I really enjoyed finding out that Joltik is a thing and realizing it's the tiny cute yellow spider, and I'm like, I will protect you with every fiber of my being.
But it's like isn't it like an inch or something like that?
It's tiny. It's so cute.
Oops.
It's a tick. It looks like a fucking spider. I know.
I mean,
because
it's
of
in
the
its name. Yeah, I was gonna
Joltik.
say. Chill
What
spider.
it turns into another thing. It turns into a spider type thing.
An itch. I wanna continue Pokemon Snap. I'm just worried that
Is it a rock kid or something?
I can't remember. I want to continue Pokemon Snap, but I worry about the fact that it's like literally going to start streaming, and about 10 minutes later we're going to be over. I need to make I might just do a one-off stream, like a short one-off stream this week.
I'd probably play Pokemon Snap, but like off stream.
My
Just 'cause
one.
You've already done it. There's no point
Yeah.
in me doing it.
I mean, you can.
Nah, it wouldn't. There wouldn't be a point.
I mean, different experience.
I didn't mean to bring up the chat.
But you'll be joining me for my one anyway.
Galvantula, okay.
You'll be joining my stream anyway, because you're
Yeah, I'm in the background of his Pokemon Snap streams.
and Control. Technically
Certain
Disco
ones.
Elysium as well. Then again, you weren't really that anything for that one. You're more just answering the questions sort of thing. It was my playthrough, but by chat choices.
Chat choices, but he's doing the actual moving,
Yeah.
linking.
What else am I doing with you?
Joltek is a tiny arachnid, but only
Oh.
has 4 legs, unlike other arachnids.
Oxenfree is a thing as well. Oxenfree, I think I was doing with you, but
I'm not asleep, but I want to play Final Fantasy. I know.
that's one thing I'm going to continue at one point though. Oxenfree. When the sequel comes out, I'm going to play the last bit of Oxenfree, then move on to it.
Yeah.
Because I can't wait. Sorry, I'm hijacking your thing for a second. I know I'm streaming as well, but like you were sort of talking. So Oxenfree, I love this fact, but literally about I think it was 2 years after they it's kind of what they did with Portal
Are
actually.
you talking about the adding bits?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so they added like a random radio bit in there, and it was like this girl saying, "Oh, I've got a connection, I've got them through," and stuff like that, and like people were like so confused, and then people found there was Morse code in the game, like extra Morse code, which then directed them to a website. And it was like random websites it was taking people to, but it was like all connecting like based on moon cycles and shit like that. And eventually it hit a point where people pretty much figured out, oh shit, it's a sequel. And then they released the trailer, and then we see the girl talking on the radio station from the first game, which was added in later. And you're like,
Yeah.
it's like, oh shit. And it was like, it made me want to replay the game. Okay, so I've replayed the game probably about 30 times. I own it on every platform because I would support the dev forever, except for After Party, because I'm really pissed that they put that. They were going to originally release that on Steam, but they decided, we're going to put it on Epic. So I was like, nah. That, and it's not dropped in price at all.
Stop.
But no, Oxenfree, I just love the fact that I mean, I love the fact that it's actually it's added stuff years later, and we've got a sequel. But I would love to actually do a few more playthroughs, because technically there's 3 playthroughs you can do. It's all the same, but minor things changed. It's cool. But I'd love to do that. But that's for another time. I don't know when the sequel's coming out, so maybe I'll do like a future stream. I'll replay it over, but no at the moment. But yeah, sorry, I'll continue what you're saying. You've probably already forgotten now.
I wasn't really saying anything.
I always do it in my streams. Like, I'm playing something. I'll be like, I want to play this at some point. But no, Oxenfree, I don't know why I stopped playing. I think I've got we're about half an hour from the end of the game, and we just didn't continue it. I don't know why, but that's one I'd love to continue with you, because I loved introducing you to that game. But yeah, I was happy to support the devs. I've bought on every single platform. I've completed on every single platform. So
Phoenix. Phoenix. Please.
I remember when I introduced Mazone to that, and he was like, he started playing. He's like, I can't play this. He said it's too much talking, and there's no Spanish option. That's
Which
something we
one?
haven't. Oxenfree, like, there's no like Spanish voiceover.
Yeah.
We haven't talked to him in so long. I feel so bad. We used to talk. We used to be in his stream
I
every
don't
single
catch him
day.
anymore.
Hmm?
I don't catch him streaming much anymore.
I feel bad because we would be stream like every day. But I think it's because it was lockdown as well. So we used to do like early morning streams. I think we used to catch him then. But yeah, we don't get. Unfortunately, we don't catch him much anymore. That's one of our good friends though.
Phoenix.
As one of our frog bros.
Our Spanish frog bro.
Yeah. Sprog.
We've got English frog bro in chat, and our Spanish frog bro. We haven't talked to him in a while.
Oh fuck! How do I get out of here? Oh.
I don't know.
Just go underneath.
I've not actually managed to keep up with these cutscenes, so that's not even useful.
There's someone here called Dollar Menu.
Okay.
Right. I've been doing loads of side quests over here.
Yeah, it's difficult to keep up with everyone. Because obviously
Yeah.
everyone, especially if they're in a different like country, because obviously time zones are a major issue.
Yeah.
So I don't chat much with my friends over in different countries anyway. Simply because like by the time that like I'm available to chat, they're either in bed or out somewhere, and vice versa.
I've had some people follow me, and unfollow me, just because I've not talked to them in a while. Like one of the people,
Mean too.
like one of the people who was first few people that actually followed me.
Yeah.
They said they used to have it like in their tab, like they'd have the tab up like always open, and they went, oh, you don't really like come and say hello anymore. I mean, I didn't say it, but I was like, don't talk to you. It's like, but you don't have to unfollow me just because I'm not like visiting you. I was still following. I unfollowed him after, but it's just some people just unfollow. It's like, oh, they're not interacting. It's like people just like, oh, I'm not gonna follow anymore because you don't interact with me in chat. It's like, you know, sometimes we don't see a lot of stuff. A lot of people talking as well. It's a case of like.
Half the time I'm busy doing other things, so I don't have time to drop in. Especially when there's so many people to, you know, try and follow along with.
Which is quite funny, right? Because you get these big streamers, like people who have like 10,000 people watching at once. You never see them unfollowing the big streamers. They'll put loads of messages in chat. They won't get a reply back, but they'll still follow them. Yet if you're a small streamer and you don't interact with them, it's like people. I think the problem is people want to be that they want to be your thing. Like, whenever you go, oh yeah, yeah.
And it's like
they want to be the person like when you like, say become big and you have like 1,000 people like chatting in chat. They want to be the person you go that you say, oh hey, how are you doing, like blah 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 to them and that. But it can't be always like that. Like there's so many people these days on this website. I eventually want to go to YouTube when they actually fucking fix their. Once they add interactivity, that'd be the best place to stream because you can you can upload at a much higher bit rate as well.
yeah.
But yeah, plus the video quality is much better there. But it's the fact that you can't interact with stuff. You can't like have overlays on the site, so it's a kind of it ruins it. Because the only reason you can't is because that YouTube, they share out their API, but not all of it like Twitch has. So you can't like do extension and shit like that.
Yeah, there's not as much interactivity with the chat.
Yeah. The only thing is the super chat, which is kind of boring because it's like, oh, you can donate to have your name on the thing, or you can join, which I still find it funny. That subscribe means follow, and join means subscribe.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Right.
My
Now
my
I'm at a
eyes
stage where
my
I've
eyes
got
are really
another,
heavy. I'm not tired though. Maybe I need to
I've got
rest my
another
eyes.
duty to do.
Cool. I've got this. I've just got this from a quest.
The Great Serpent of Ronka.
It's a tiny worm.
Okay. Super chat is highlight my message for money. Yeah.
Which
Plus,
it's
when
okay,
even,
but
like when there are like big streamers, when they're doing super chat, it's still like inundated because there's loads of people doing super chat.
plus a lot of time they won't read your message out. It's like, for example, Dorco. If you do like a $5 donation, he won't read it out. But if you do like $100, he'll read it out because it's like you're giving me more money.
Because I've been in one of his streams before. Obviously, I've never done super chat or anything, and he's read out my comments twice in the same stream.
When I did mine, he didn't.
Huh. It depends on the type of stream if it's really packed or not.
Well, nowadays it is because FNAF's sort of blown him up.
He was doing a FNAF stream where he was like going through random theories from the chat, and I think one of the things I asked was like who was the magician character, and who was the Lally guy, the two little figures that appear in the Circus Babies auditorium. Like the little figures that are just hung up. I was like, why are these guys present? Why are they significant suddenly? Yeah, I've got the wall eater thing to do next.
I've made you leader.
Oh, okay, right. Not that one. That one. Join. Forming party. Commence. There we go. Light party. Full party.
Party.
We're on a boat.
Oh, it's this one.
That's a big thing in the water.
The extreme one's fucking annoying.
We haven't gotten to that stage yet. Dean said he loves this trial.
The extreme one's fun, but it's difficult.
I've been debating on changing my Twitch tag and rebranding. What would you change it to, Phoenix?
I've been thinking the same, to be honest, but I've been told off.
No, you're not allowed to.
I don't want to change the name Chimpan. I mean, I want to make it so it's like a.
No.
No, I want to make it as a troop sort of thing.
No, it's Chimpan TV.
It
You're
is.
stuck with it.
But I mean, as a bigger thing, like the troop sort of thing. Seems like a goblin and a husky now.
Nope.
Yes.
No.
Just stick a
Written
sticker
on
over
the
the
mug.
car. Stick a sticker over.
No. It's a big water serpent thing. It's a sea dragon. You don't know. You should make a list of names you'd think would suit. See what works. I don't know how this one works, so
Flame
if
dragon.
there's any specific thing about this bad guy, you'll have to forewarn me.
Just follow everybody else. If he slams one side, you've got to stack the other, or else you'll fall off the edge. Oh, actually, I think that's. I don't know if that's extreme, but yeah, just attack and sort of. I think in extreme, or maybe at the end, it sort of breaks the sides off, so you got to try and not fall off the edge. Well, and I'm probably someone noticed, but I accidentally just unsummoned my carbuncle.
I'm pretty in tune with my Celtic. Is it Celtic or Celtic? You
It's
have
Celtic.
to remind me. I'm asking the person with the actual heritage here,
You just
just in case we're both wrong.
It's Celtic.
Just in case. I've heard it said both ways. That's why I'm like.
It's spelled Celtic, but it's said Celtic weirdly.
Oh, there's a tail behind it. Celtic. Okay, good. I am saying it right then. Celtic heritage, but kind of want to keep the Phoenix part, and I play a lot of tank support characters, so maybe mixing some more of those. Is there like a Celtic language for, like, is there a translation for certain words that relate to you? Who's playing music? What is this?
It's an important bit of the fight.
Who's playing music? Who's playing guitar right now? We're in the middle of a fight.
It's just a man underneath just playing guitar, like, or in the middle, like playing guitar like heavily. Like,
It just I turn around and it's you just playing guitar. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Wolves are a pretty big thing for me too, but wolf names are very common. Yeah, I mean, whoopsie. That's why I like the idea of mixing in other languages to make it slightly more different.
C for cat, sat.
To what?
C for cat.
That's not how this works. Right. Report the blah blah blah. Let's go to Limsa. We'll get inundated with loud music again.
It's worse. Limbs is worse. Really. If you have your ambience up, it's fucking loud ass. What's it called? That talking, and you get the other going. Hey.
There were some people here playing like music stuff for some reason.
Oh yeah.
It was just really loud. So like, is there the translation doesn't roll off the tongue well. Is there Celtic words for something in relation to tanks, so maybe like strength leader, wolf, things like that.
Rise of the Dragon Phoenix. I don't know, it's a bit too long.
Well, they want to keep the phoenix part, so.
Phoenix.
Marco. It's either Marcosius
Phoenix
or
Blaze.
Marcosius.
Phoenix
something like-
Reborn.
Phoenix down. Wait. There's no point in me watching this right now. Bip, 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 dip. Bip, 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 bip.
Cheechy foot.
Cheechy foot.
Yeah.
Cheechy foot.
Cheechy foot.
Cheechy. Deliver the Admiral's letter of introduction to the inconspicuous man. Who's this inconspicuous man?
He's just wearing glasses and mustache.
It's like totally inconspicuous. It's like, sure, mate, sure. In demonology, Marcosius is a great and mighty Marquis of Hell? I think it's Marquis. Marquis of Hell, commanding 30 legions of demons. Ooh. Am I going up or down for here? Up here. Oh, down here. In the Gotia or Gotia, the first book of the Lesser Key of Solomon, 17th century, he is depicted as a wolf with griffin's wings and a serpent's tail, spewing fire from his mouth, but at the request of the magician he may take the form of a man. Ew. He's kind of like a chimera or a manticore then. A mix and match of different creatures.
Right, that's that done. Nearly finished all the quests in this area.
And then you take those kind of names, go and check if someone else has used it. Because that's usually an issue. And then if you want to keep Phoenix in it, you've got to then be like, okay, is Phoenix first? Is it Phoenix Marcosius? Or is it Marcosius Phoenix?
Or
Marcosius
both.
is free. Oh, there you go. Perfect.
Makoshi sounds like a beginner
Phoenix
beginner wizard.
Marcosius Phoenix.
Makoshi's, you're back again.
It is a good name. It's like we like Kerodwen.
I've got an itchy foot. Oh, itchy foot.
You're not allowed to have an itchy foot. Stop it.
I'm probably going to end my stream in about 15 minutes. 2.5 hours.
2.5.
Yeah. I know. My eyes are getting really heavy, Mum Spaghetti.
Wow.
No, my eyes are getting heavy. I'm not tired, but I think I just need to rest my eyes for a bit. I might put that massage chair thing on as well, just to sort of just sit back.
Oh, he wanna be fancy, huh?
Yeah.
If I left it as Marcosius, I would leave it at that. No Phoenix. That's fair. I think that's a cool name. I'm a little bit of a sucker for sort of mythology and almost fantasy sounding names, like old fashioned. Where it's like, that could be the name of a wizard, and I'm like, yeah, I like that.
I think. Oh, wait, I've got all them ones done. Okay, I've still got like a bunch more quests, but I've done a big chunk of them now. Have I been paying attention to half of them? No, mate.
No.
Not all of them.
No.
I've been chatting too much. I've just sort of been doing them and not really reading the chat. Reading the dialogue thing. Sue me. Actually, don't. Please don't. I haven't got the money.
Wait, don't. Of Berkshire. Horned hunter of Berkshire. Yes, Hern the hunter.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do. There's a ape man here.
Yeah, there's a bunch of pagans in the family.
I'm not. I'm just saying.
I'm not like a heavily practicing one.
My family was not raised like that, so.
The thing that I took from it the most was the closer link to nature and the earth and things like that. That's why all of the gods and goddesses, the one that I'm closest to is Gaia.
Is there a god or goddess of tech? 'Cause I think that's mine. I'm sort of the I'm sort of the
I mean, technology. It'll probably be under a different kind of.
it'd be like
technology.
old age sort of technology, yeah.
Like advancements or
Advanced mechanics. I'm not a fucking advanced mechanic. I can summon a phoenix.
Maybe under something like to do with intellect,
Maybe.
knowledge.
I'll say that's my one.
He said of tech, like technology.
I'm
Don't think there's one specifically of tech or technology.
I'm the god of gadgets. I mean, if nobody believes in the Hogfather,
Yeah,
I can.
Gaia is quite a worldwide one.
If nobody believes in the Hogfather, I can wish upon a god of gadgets.
Oh my god.
I still love it.
To bring it into being,
Yeah,
you have to just be thinking of it.
I do like the god of hangovers, which no longer was the god of hangovers.
No, it's called the God of Hangovers.
Yeah, but then is no longer hungover.
The Greek god Hephaestus was the tech god of his time.
There you go. I guess mine's Hephaestus then.
Hephaestus. I can't tell if that was a burp or not. I am so sorry.
It just sounded like you just stuttered.
God, that was funny. I know another common deity for pagans is Isis.
Which is a
Lot of
touchy
specific-
subject now.
Different kind of Isis.
It's funny, right?
lot
Joe Archer, the show Archer.
Yeah.
Their company was called ISIS. Yeah, they had to change it in a few series later,
Yeah,
and they
it's
mention it in it.
awkward when something else takes it. I mean, it's like the whole the swastika.
It's a
'Cause
Buddhist
obviously
thing.
it was originally like a religious symbol,
Based
it
on
was
peace
just-
and that,
hijacked,
and
and
flipped
now
around.
it's tainted, and it's become difficult for people with that religion to continue using it, because it just makes them and others feel uncomfortable.
I just need a. I know this sounds bad, but like they need like a modern rework of like that. Everybody collectively goes, okay, that's fine.
Mm.
It's when people do it, it's like, oh, it's the Nazi thing. It's like, no, it's just flipped.
Yeah, no, we need to eradicate the link between, like, stop thinking of it in
As
that
l-
sense.
For as long as we have neo-Nazis, we'll have that symbol.
Yeah.
So I've just gave this bread to this lady, and she's like, nope, don't want to go home. It's like, but it reminded you of home.
In Japanese books, that symbol is used to symbolize certain temples. Yeah. It's a lot of different religions, I believe, actually use that. It was like Buddhist. I think there was some use in various Indian culture.
Mm.
So obviously, there's not just one religion. I can't quite name all of them. I'm not good with names. I don't know what that was. Japanese cultures are Buddhist. Well, yeah. It's like all spread across the world now, though. Got an in-game message. Ah, okay. I was like, what is that noise? Stop giving me those noises. I don't care. Shut up. Stop it.
It's like, no.
Fuck off.
It's like
Otherwise I'll turn it
torture.
off. Hate it.
You can change the noise, by the way.
Sorry, nut. Is it newt or nut? I can't remember how that one was pronounced. Terra Volos.
Hun.
The list goes on, but it's in every pantheon. What?
So go on the chat log settings, which is that little cog thing at the bottom.
Yes.
Then click, when it comes up with the character configuration, click notification sounds. Then you can click on one it says type 1 and stuff like that. You can change the sound when it plays through.
I don't know what kind that was though.
You
Is
mean?
that Tell?
Yeah, that was Tell.
Crossworld?
It was Tell. Like the first one's the... And then you get like different ones.
Surprise, motherfucker. I hate all of these. What the fuck?
A cat. Oh, it's an owl.
No. No.
I know there's one from Final
No,
Fantasy VII.
I hate them all, so I'm turning it off.
Oh, fair enough. you get like a really important one that's like, fuck.
No.
You find knowing out of the ordinary.
Speak with the refugees in the 7th heaven.
I swear I've done this quest before.
Maybe you have.
No, because I
Maybe you forgot.
wouldn't be able to redo this one.
Why does Alphinaud keep disappearing into a new place? Stop it.
Just
Adventure
phases out
Guild.
existence.
It's like, bye.
It's like that meme where it just goes peace and then just fades out.
Yeah, pieces out and literally just disappears. Adventurers Guild.
Adventurers Guild?
Adventurers Guild.
Have you met Adventurers Guild?
Have you met Ted? Yes, I have. He's a small plant in my bedroom.
My small plant.
Yeah, that sounds confusing. He finally got himself a plant, and
I've got 2 now.
I made sure that he named it.
I named it Ted.
He named it Ted.
I've got 2, but
I don't know why he named it Ted.
what did I name the second one? I don't think I've named it.
Which one was that?
The one in the monkey pot.
I don't know what you named it.
I don't think I named it.
Well,
Can be called Bruce.
you can't name everything Bruce.
I do. That's the whole.
No.
That's the whole
It's
thing with
gonna
me.
get confusing.
Charizard's called Bruce. My
No,
Chocobo's called
that's why it's
Bruce.
confusing. Stop it.
I in any game I got a pet or a mount or something and I can name it, it's called Bruce. Just because of the Monty Python sketch where I think he's like, what's your name, Tim? No, it's Bruce. It's like just name everybody's name's Bruce. I think it's Tim.
Some call me Tim.
Da, 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 da. One west left. Why am I teleporting when it's right over there?
Don't know. Why are you doing it?
Da, 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 da. Made some pretty good progress today. Got more quests done.
Good for you.
Shut up. Quest done. Right. 1, 2, 3.
Speak with the brass blades at Lost Hope.
Last hope.
They lost hope? Poor guys.
Right, I'm going to end my stream there. I'm going to do a shout out to you.
Yay! Sat at.
Go give her a follow. She's right there. But
Yeah, do it. Oh,
the clip is when when we played District Cleanup Detail, the Santa one. Or was it you played it? Yeah, I think it's when you played it and you knocked over the pot and blood went everywhere.
Oh, yeah, me silently freaking out because I was getting annoyed of keep knocking over the blood buckets
Yeah.
and making more of a mess. And I was just like,
we need to continue that. When at some point we need to buy you that game, and then because you've got the Halloween DLC, but you can't play it. Because remember I sent you. I think I bought it for you.
I can't remember.
Right.
I know I couldn't do it at one point because I'm sharing the copy with someone.
Hmm. Oh, it's your brother.
And then that'd be why.
Yeah, I'm gonna raid you.
Yes, come, my minions.
I mean, you're only streaming for another half hour anyway. Ish. 45 minutes.
20 minutes.
Ish. Yeah. 35.
It's 2 hours 41
Fritz.
now. Oh, I have to soothe him. I'm
Soothe.
sorry.
/soothe. But yeah, I shall catch you soon. I'm maybe if I can be bothered tomorrow. Maybe I'll set up my thing. Maybe we'll do Pokemon Snap stream. Maybe.
Maybe.
It means it's a case of me just re-hooking up my capture card and up to the Switch and that.
Yeah, do the thing.
Oh, it's a half moon tonight.
Half moon. Total eclipse.
But yeah, catch you later, and I hope you enjoyed me just fucking prattling around,
As usual.
just chatting while half doing quest, half just standing there, just chatting.
Underground.
But yeah, see you later.